Shadows born of sand. Told from the diary of a palace guard. A man's rise often begins like a prayer, but his fall always starts with a whisper. No whisper was ever as deep as the one that night. Inside the stone walls of the palace, it wasn't just my footsteps echoing. Sometimes it felt like shadows themselves were walking, silent, heavy, threatening. And among those shadows, I was the only one who knew the truth, or at least, I thought I did. My name is Erdian, right hand to King Daimar, his protector, his loyal guard. In the palace, everyone knew my name, but few knew who I truly was, and what I'm about to share, no one else knows. Because this story is not about how a man loved his king, but how he hurt him. Maybe without meaning to, maybe without even realizing, but the result was the same. A man stepped into his master's light, and that light was never seen again. Velkir came from the Golden Tower in the north. He was only 13 when he arrived, small in body, sharp in mind. His hair was like strands of gold, and his eyes sharper than any blade. The king took him in, first out of curiosity, then out of admiration. In Velkir, Daimar saw his youth. The boy quickly rose in favor. At first, the king asked him questions. Then he shaped his letters based on Velkir's thoughts. Eventually, he shaped his rule around them. I saw it happen. Velkir didn't speak much, but when he did, the room listened. His mind wasn't just fast, it was strategic. He knew how to build, how to plan, how to see what others missed. The older advisors dismissed him at first. Then they feared him. Then they obeyed. He became more than an aide. He became the mind behind the throne. But some minds shine too brightly. The people whispered. The king is wise, yes, but Velkir is his mind. Without Velkir, would there even be a kingdom left? Praise is poison when it passes the king's ears. One night, Daimar looked at me and said just one thing. They love him more than they love me, don't they? I had no answer, because he was right. But Velkir had done nothing wrong. Or had he? One evening, I found Velkir in the old library. He was surrounded by ancient maps, royal bloodlines, and notes only he could understand. I asked him what he was doing. He looked up and said, Power isn't only about the throne, Erdian. It's about the mind behind it. I want to be that mind. That's when I realized he didn't want to be king. He wanted to be the hand that moved kings. And the hand that moves the crown is often feared more than the one wearing it. His name echoed more than Daimar's. Foreign on, this palace cannot hold two sons, he said. Either I act now or burn. He called Velkir to the throne room. We were three inside, the king, Velkir, and me. Everything you are, Daimar said, you became because I allowed it. You shined because I held you up. But now I see you standing not in my shadow, but in front of me. That is betrayal. Velkir didn't bow. He didn't protest. He only said, I never betrayed you, but the love of the people was not mine to deny. The king looked at me and gave the order. Loyalty. I drew my sword. Velkir looked me in the eyes. He didn't run. He didn't fight. He only whispered, When I'm gone, the king will be alone. And that night, I didn't kill a man. I killed a shadow. In the months that followed, the king aged like milk in the sun. His back bent, his voice faded. People no longer asked for his presence. They asked, Where is Velkir? Sometimes I walk the northern halls of the palace at night. I see my own shadow on the wall, and in that shadow, I still see him. Because the truth is this: a man who outshines his master is not always guilty, but a master who feels overshadowed will always find a way to destroy what threatens him. A message for our time. Today there are no kings or thrones in our daily lives, but there are offices, families, friendships, and in all of them, someone always sits a little higher. When you serve, serve with heart, but when you shine, remember, too much light burns. If you rise, let your rise be gentle. If you lead, let your leader feel safe. And if you ever feel you are being outshined, ask yourself, is this person truly threatening me, or is it my own fear of being forgotten? Because true power is not about crushing others, it's about standing beside them without casting a shadow.